And you're right. One of our core values is accountability. Accept responsibility, plain and simple. And I did make that statement to CNN. I can tell you this. If DPS as an institution failed the families, failed the school, or failed the community of Uvalde, then absolutely, I need to go. But I can tell you this right now. DPS as an institution, right now, did not fail the community, plain and simple. And there were actions, and I can tell you, there were things that we aren't proud about. And we had 2 people, I talked 10 minutes, we had 2 people inside the building within that 10 minutes. At 22 minutes, we had another third. At 24 minutes, we had 4 people inside that building. And more resources kept coming. There were 70 overall. Every one of those officers, including leadership, is being evaluated. And when we're done with it, there's going to be a peer review. It's not going to be what Steve McCraw thinks. It's not going to be what the deputy directors think, not what DPS thinks. We want, and quite frankly, and Senator, you recall it well, it was June 2nd that I called you. I promised you information on that Friday. And I called you and said, sir, I can't provide it to you because the district attorney is going to review every officer in that hallway for their criminal culpability. Sure, the subject is dead. So what's the criminal investigation? Well, the criminal investigation is looking at police officers, plain and simple. And I took an oath long ago, and I've never in my career, as a federal agent, as a Department of Public Safety officer, and I can't find any instances in the department when the district attorney says, don't share this information, and then we go out and share it, and the district attorney, regardless, the district attorney says, don't do that because I think it's going to impact my ability to prosecute going forward. It doesn't matter. These are police officers that are being looked at. Why should we treat them anyway differently? We shouldn't. Plain and simple. And she's going to be able to make that particular call. I think the families are right about how long is this investigation going to continue. I can tell you that the Texas Ranger part of that investigation is going to be concluded within 2 months, by the end of the year. The paperwork is going to go. The file is going to go to the district attorney. And I got one proviso in this, though, is that the district attorney, first the autopsies haven't been completed, and that's critical to this thing. Because how many kids, the question is, how many kids did die in that room, or teachers died because they missed that magic hour you talked about, Senator, rather than 15 minutes or whatever long it took to get to them. Because it's not just stop the killing, you've got to stop the dying. They were in there. It was an active shooter. And we didn't get through that door. We didn't go through the windows. Plain and simple. And we, law enforcement, should have done it. And that protocol is never going to change. Plain and simple.